state of Texas is banning the purchase of chips, soda, junk food, basically, with EBT. Mind you, the price for single ingredients for one meal will run you anywhere from $60 to $80. 60 is being generous. So I don't see, one, why that was any of their business, and two, why would they do such a thing when inflation is at an all-time high right now? And what about those people who don't have access to a home that can, cook and stuff like that? Like, it just don't make sense to me. But hey, I guess we just gotta let them do what they do.
Don't be shocked.
I feel like food stamps should be mandatory for mothers that have one or more child.
Okay.
Stay with me now.
Yep.
If we are qualified to receive a certain amount of money during tax time, as long as we don't go over that income bracket,
Okay.
we should qualify for food stamps every month for these children.
Okay.
I have 2 boys. Food hate to see them coming.
I believe.
When I say I stay in Walmart, Walmart need to go ahead and sponsor me. Because I be up in there every other day. I just made groceries a few days ago. I had to go back to the store today. So all I'm saying is, if we are entitled to claim our children on our income taxes every year, so we can receive a little bit of extra money.
The text says food stamps should be mandatory for mothers, at least $100 a month per child. Food stamps should be mandatory. Government assistance should be mandatory. I feel entitled to assistance from the government. I feel entitled to assistance from the government. I am entitled to being helped with children that I chose to have. Not entitled to anyone helping you. Be responsible for your responsibilities. You're not entitled to help. You're not entitled to taxpayer dollars. You're not entitled to that. You decided to have children. Those are your children. Everyone falls on hard times, sure, absolutely. And if you need temporary assistance, you should go get it. However, we have seen food stamps, welfare, Section 8, TANF, SNAP, all of it. We've seen it abused to an egregious degree. And these systems, these services, if you will, they're not meant to be a permanent aid. They're a temporary help, temporary assistance for when you're down and you need help. It's there to lift you up and get you back on your feet until you get to a point to where you can get into a situation and contribute to a service that at one point in time assisted you. But no. People get on it and they get lazy and the cycle gets clogged. It gets clogged and the money can't flow. Temporary assistance, not permanent solution.
Some of y'all are so stupid.
Let's read the text. Poor people deserve snacks and treats too. Okay, this might just be me, but treats, whenever I see the word treats, I immediately think of a very childlike mindset. But let's continue.
Would put Simple Simon to shame. I want you to ask yourself, why are you so incredibly triggered by the fact that someone can have a bag of chips or a cookie? Why does that bother you so? Because let me ask you a question. People often get mad that people who get EBT benefits buy snack foods or they buy cookies or whatever, but then y'all turn around and get mad that they buy steak and shrimp. Like, do you want them to eat oatmeal and bologna sandwiches? Like, where does the line, like, where is the line drawn? Y'all get on my nerves. Y'all don't want children to have birthday cakes. Y'all don't want children to have treats. Most people on EBT are not going to the store buying a plethora of junk or snacks. They are getting food to sustain themselves. I don't know why
they are using the snack food and junk food to sustain themselves. They are. It's true. Let's continue.
Y'all are so triggered by this and y'all are celebrating it. It starts with food. It always starts with food. First, they're regulating and telling us what we can and cannot eat. And then it gets worse. But y'all...
And see, the only reason they are able to regulate what you can and cannot eat is because you're dependent upon their resources. The only reason you are in the position to be complaining about someone else trying to regulate what you can and cannot eat is because you've put yourself in a position to be dependent upon their resources. If you didn't need their money to pay for food, if you didn't need the system's money to pay for food, you wouldn't have to complain about there being regulations on what you can and cannot eat. That's what it's about. And it's not about poor people deserving snacks and treats too. What I believe people are saying is, look, if you are going to be dependent upon the system for resources, for food, at least consider some healthy eating options as well. You shouldn't just be filling up your cart with high fructose corn syrup. Consider some healthy options as well. I think that is what it's about. And again, you wouldn't need to be in a position to complain about someone trying to regulate what you can and cannot eat if you were not dependent upon their resources. You could call your own shots. Let's continue.
Y'all are too stupid to realize it's not about the food. It's never about the food. It is about control.
So go get some control. Go get some control, my dear. Go get some control. You have your hand out for someone else's money. But trying to control them, that's not how these things work. You have your hand out for someone else's money. They're going to tell you how it works. Life 101. Resources 101. Economics 101. You have your hand out for someone else's money. If you want that money, you follow their rules.
I'm only gonna speak on this because
Let's read the text. Why are y'all so happy that so many children and elderly people are about to be going without with this new bill? Okay, so we have the play on children and elderly. Okay, so people who can't fend for themselves, provide for themselves. So we have the play on that. So this is going to be used to validate her explosive and extremely emotional diatribe. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's why she threw that in there. Let's continue.
I'm a mom who receives food stamps, but it's so sad that y'all want to see people without so bad. They doing that little cut to the food stamps and the Medicaid where it hasn't passed the Senate yet, but we know the whole Senate is Republican, so we already know. Let's just hope and pray that somebody in their right mind come to that senses, you feel me? But it's the fact that y'all happy about this. Oh, now y'all can get y'all lazy up and stop living off our money for free, da-da-da. Y'all think people who receive government assistance don't work? Y'all think we don't work?
Most people who receive government assistance don't work. Okay? Most. Let's continue.
Baby, housing done went up. The cost of living done went up. The food cost done went up. Daycare done went up. We out here damn near about to lose our lives trying to hustle and get money to goddamn pay the bills. That's why we need the government assistance. The car payments done went up. Car insurance done went up. And it's gonna go up some more because tariffs. So, what do y'all get? Oh, people who on government assistance are poor, they're lazy, or they don't work. Where did y'all get that from? I think that's a stereotype y'all started because people in the hood or the projects or the trailer parks, yeah, y'all put that on everybody. No, that ain't how that work. Because I'm at work. I'm in school. I'm doing the best I can. I need my food stamps. But if they take it away, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make ends meet. It ain't gonna stop nothing.
Most people feel entitled to having their basic needs met by someone other than themselves. This is especially true for women. Women feel entitled to having their basic needs met by someone outside of themselves. They do. This is an absolute fact. And it's getting worse because they expect a high quality of life to be provided for them outside of themselves, by someone outside of themselves. Now listen. Are there people who receive government assistance who work? Absolutely. For sure. For sure. They work. Now, they're not able to earn a higher living because they don't have skills. They don't have high paying skills because they didn't develop high paying skills. They didn't go to school to develop a high income earning skill. That is a choice they made. So yes, there are people who are working, who are receiving government assistance, who are working hard, but that's not most people. Most people are lazy. And they are simply relying on the system to meet their basic needs. This is an absolute fact. This is true. And regardless of what she says, regardless of this diatribe, that is the absolute fact. And you cannot blame other people. You cannot blame taxpayers. You cannot blame other people because you did not do what you needed to do to develop high income skills. School, trade, XYZ, whatever. That is your responsibility.
Okay, so this is one thing that we need to stop doing in the black community. So I noticed that they taking away Section 8 and they trying to take away food stamps and they trying to take away a lot of government programs.
Sure.
And a lot of women feeling some type of way. And it's like, now y'all gonna see how hard it is to really make it out here with nobody. A lot of y'all be teaching y'all kids, oh, you get it out the mud. Oh, you don't need nobody. Oh, you don't need no man. Oh, you don't need no help. But a lot of y'all always had help from the government. And I don't really think it's right how y'all be having these kids and living off the government for years. And then y'all want to kick y'all kids out at 18 and tell them to find a way when you ain't never found a way.
Oh,
Damn.
Like, y'all gonna really see with these programs being taken away, like how hard it is. Like, now you see what really be going on. Like, this stuff is crazy. Like, these chicks be living off of government assistance, trying to teach their kids that you don't need nobody, you don't need no man, you don't need no help, but they got all the help in the world. Like, this sound crazy. Like, we really about to see how this blow out. Like,
you know, I don't think there is anything for me to add. That is it for me today. I'll catch y'all in the next video.